Alright, this is my second time recording this. I don't know why I didn't save the last time, but I'm going to cover in this video, in a very short way, how to get the most XP step by step, okay? So, first of all, look at your battle pass. Make sure that before you start this path, okay, unless you have 80 completed, I don't want to see you looking at 200, okay? Now, at the start of the season, preferably you should look ahead to see how much you want to play for that season. And then if you don't really want to play that much, then you can play a different game. But and then come back when the competitive drives are active, stuff like that. But for now, we're going to be focusing on how you can get to level 200 consistently without it actually being that hard. And the secret is buy the battle pass, buy the premium battle pass. That's the main thing that will get you closest to the level 200. Before we even talk about any of your weeklies or your dailies, we should be talking about do you have premium or not? Because the battle pass XP boost is 20% all season. If you start the season out with that, which is why you should look at you should look this far along at the start of the season because you want to know okay, how invested am I in this for the next 60 days? I know this is just a video game, but any completionist watching, any people who really want to be able to optimize how many rewards they get in this game, then this is for you. Or if you're just a casual who wants to get more levels in the battle pass in an easier way, this is also still a good video to watch because you can still take a few things from it. So, first thing, get that XP boost. Second thing, go to your daily challenges and look at these, okay? You need to get 3 of them to get 9,000 XP. Each one will give you 3,000 up until the third one. After that point, you don't need to pay attention to these anymore, but there is 9,000 XP available here. Next is your weeklies. You want to be able to get 3 of these challenges as well. It's a much bigger payout for this one, 20,000 XP. That is 2 battle pass levels. So that'll give you 2 battle pass levels, and 3 of these challenges gives you 5,000 XP each. So those are on top of each other, by the way. So those 3 challenges give you 15,000 XP total, and 20,000 XP is what you get on top of that. So you have 35 total, you have 3.5 levels there. So we've already gotten 5.5 battle pass levels within a day if you can do 3 weeklies at the same time. Now, you're probably not going to do that many games in a day, so you can do your dailies. You can get 9,000 XP in 2 days, 9,000 XP for 2 days each, and that will end up being 18,000. And then you can get 35,000 XP here once you have finished the 3 here. Now, if you don't want to go any further than that, then I would recommend looking at the event challenges for, secret little XP things hiding here. They made the Summer Games event challenge insanely easy. I completed this within 5 days. Excavation initiative, you just had to be there. Basically. I mean, you can still get quite a bit of this, but the digs are weekly. So out of the 8 weeks in the battle pass, you have around you have only a limited number of weeks to get all these loot boxes, but these are loot boxes, so that doesn't really matter. If you want to go for it, there's also XP hidden in player title, no, not player title, new player. There's stuff in here, so you can win a duel game, you can win an elimination game, you can win a CTF game. I don't recommend these ones. Um, you can go to Stadium and see if there's any here, competitive, see if there's any here. Doesn't look like we have anything else, so we just focus on our weeklies. Your weekly challenges, you can complete these ones within, you can complete those ones at the same time. You can queue all rolls 20 times to get 5,000 XP. Wins grant double progress on most weekly challenges, so you want to make sure that those are the main just always queue all rolls at the start of any week, okay? And then Don't play your top three most played heroes. The way you find that out is you go into your career profile, you go into all modes, and you select time played on the right. Do not trust the hero level, because as you can see, hero level is Doomfist, Zenyatta, Wrecking Ball, and my time played is Zenyatta, Doomfist, Ramantra. These are my top three most played. These are my top three, like, statistics are. They're my numbers game heroes. They're like all the heroes that I've done the most numbers on. Mostly because they're just high stat heroes. Like Wrecking Ball just earns easy mitigation stat and easy self healing stat, easy damage stat. Doomfist does a lot of the same thing, but a bit less. Ramattra does insane mitigation, so that's easy to get things with. Torbjorn can do a lot of passive damage, and his overhealth counts as self heal, I think, maybe. But then Baptiste, you have damage application amplification and really good damage, really good healing. Brigitte does really decent damage and can do some good passive healing if you get her Inspire up. So do not look at the hero level because hero level is very relative to recent gameplay. And the only reason that my Zenyatta level isn't like higher than my Doomfist is because they added the progression levels for individual heroes way like way later after I started like playing Zenyatta. I think I was about 130 hours into Zenyatta before I started reaching uh like progression levels, and I got to level 60 within about 3 months. And Doomfist, he's at half the hours right now. He's at 74. Only reason is statistics. So don't look at those. Sorry, that's a really long-winded way to say that do not look at anything else besides all modes and time played. That's where you get your top three. It might suck to not play your top three most played because there's a reason those are your top three most played. It's the ones you like playing the most. But if you have more than four heroes in this game, sorry, if you have more than three heroes in this game that you play, then I think you will be fine. Now, all roles kind of messes that up because for me, I have two tanks in my most played. Time-wise, I have Ramattra and Doomfist, so I'm locked to Wrecking Ball. I like playing Hazard sometimes and Junker Queen sometimes, but Wrecking Ball would be the best play there. Um, but yeah, so after that, you have a mostly per game XP measurement that you need to complete. So just look at your XP, like pay attention to your XP per game and pay attention to the bottom part of XP. Don't like whenever you complete a challenge after that game, don't pay attention to the number. If it's above 4,000, that's generally not accurate. You can have 4,000 XP games though. Usually it'll be about 1,200 to 3,000 XP though per game. So one of your most important XP earnings in a battle pass is how many games you play. And if you just slam games on Overwatch 2, if you just played a bunch of quick play, you can get level 200 within, I would say, a week. Not like start to finish, I mean. I don't mean 0 to 200, I mean like once you get 80, I'm saying you can get it within a week. If you're unemployed. If you're employed, it'll take you about 2 weeks, maybe three. So, let's look at our dailies here. The dailies are really easy. You gotta win a game, say thanks to your supports. I say thanks a lot in games, but I'm not usually turning around and pointing at them. So if you're wondering why that's not filled in, that's probably why. Your crosshair needs to be on a hero to make the game say, oh, they said thanks to this person specifically. Or you can just queue all roles. Generally, if you want to get XP, queue all roles. Or queue tank. If you want to get that 500 XP or 100 XP, yeah. Sometimes it's 100, sometimes it's 500. But yeah, you will get an XP boost if you do flex queue, and also if you do tank alone, which I'll be honest with you, all roles is just tank queue. It is okay. Like all roles drops you in the quickest game, so it's also good for queue times. Okay, you want to click on all roles if you are short on time, because you want it to find the quickest game. However, playing tank kind of sucks. So If you're ever feeling like flexing into these roles, do support and damage. Don't do just damage, because damage is going to tank you a few times. One thing here, weekly, like time is a very important thing when you're trying to get to level 200 in the battle pass. So make sure that you do not play Stadium. Stadium takes insanely long on average. It is literally multiple regular games, slightly shorter, crunched into a game mode where you play six short versions of regular games. So even though individually every round of Stadium takes around 3 to 6 minutes, that adds up to, like, even if it's a steamroll, it's going to be about 18 minutes of gameplay. Now, I have had, like, I didn't even know this happened, but I had a backfill. Oh, yeah, I remember you. I remember now. So, the reason that I had a Stadium quick play game that was, it was like, yeah, it was a 9 minute game, yeah. So, I backfilled into a game and it still took me 10 minutes. That was 2 rounds. 2 rounds of Stadium took me 10 minutes. That's crazy. So do not play it unless you have everything else done. Once you have everything else done, you can spend your time on Stadium if you want to. Make note that it is also good to play Stadium at the start of the week because Stadium grants double progress to playing to win. So, yeah, and also flex your power. So if you want to do all roles Stadium queue and just crunch down on that all roles game, then you can do that. I would say that's the only efficient way to play Stadium in these challenges. Every one of these is 5,000 XP. So this is taking like 3 times the amount of time as quick play, but it gives you the same XP. So it is not respecting your time XP wise. So you should not do it. If you're a Stadium lover, crunch those games out, man. Like, it is really good value if you get it in at the beginning of the week, but overall, you should not do it. Let's see. Moving on to things that you won't see in the main menu, and you will rather you'll see them at the start of a game. So you pop into a quick play or a competitive game, and you have your map fill. Now, for quick play, for time, like saving time, you actually want to go for escort all the time. Okay, hybrid maybe. Uh, Hybrid potentially because hybrid can make the game last a while. But overall, escort is the shortest game mode in quick play, unless you are on defense. That sucks. But overall, quick like escort and hybrid are still the shortest game modes ever in quick play because they are one-sided. In competitive, it's actually the longest. So you want to go for a hybrid map in competitive if you only have like payload maps. You want to go for hybrid because that creates a bottleneck with most teams where if you don't capture the point, then you can't move the payload. And it still takes time to move past the enemy team and take the point, like actually win that first team fight and then a second team fight. Like there's 4 team fights. Like let's say the enemy team is steamrolling you and you're on defense in hybrid, they still have 4 team fights to go through. So you have a better chance of stopping them on defense. You want to select hybrid also um, because of that bottleneck, because you will either lose faster or you will win faster than you would have. Um, but if you have Flashpoint, don't vote it. Takes long too. Control Point is a acceptable game mode to do, but make sure that you're going to win 2-0. If you go 1-2, that game could be 18 minutes. So make sure that you just vote hybrid. Hybrid is the most reliable, consistent, shortest competitive game mode when you are steamrolling. But in competitive, you're usually toe-to-toe. So if you want to have a like the shortest version of toe-to-toe, make sure you're locked in competitive, by the way, and then select hybrid so that way the enemy team has that skill bottleneck. Let's see. I think that's everything for the most part. Um, yeah, anytime you can do multiple challenges at once, like if you can go into a game, like, okay, I'm going to use movement abilities before I earn eliminations, or I'm going to make sure I don't die, so that way I can get a 10 kill streak, or I'm going to go into open queue and queue as all roles. Or oh wait, no, that doesn't count. Um, like I'm gonna go into my games and I'm gonna try to do these all at the same time within the same game, which is possible. Um, and then in the weeklies, you can break down all the games like, okay, in total here, there's 85 games to do. Take out Stadium, that's 75 games. So you can split it up into the week at around like 11 games basically per day. And you can just play 11 games and then hop off. And if you feel like that's too much, that's completely okay. It is okay to not get titles. Remember that these are FOMO, and giving into these is a sign that either you are way too hyperfixated on the game and you probably need to play something else, or number two, you you just need to like find a different way to play the game. Which to me personally has been like whenever you get tired of quick play, go play Stadium. If you get tired of Stadium, go play competitive. If you get tired of competitive, go play quick play. If you're tired of like 2 out of 3, but not the third one, play that one. That's essentially the mindset. Um, if you're tired of playing your mains, like if I don't want to play Zenyatta anymore and I don't want to play Doomfist anymore, then find the off main that you want to play that week. It could be like Ramattra, it could be Hazard, it could be Wrecking Ball, um, it could be Lucio. Recently, I did start playing Lucio. That was on my last stream. Make sure you stay notified and make sure you join the Discord, by the way, if you want to be notified whenever I'm doing the stream. And videos and community posts and everything. Yeah, that's a bit of a tip on how to keep your endurance up. Make sure that you keep doing daily games. It is hard to play Overwatch daily if you're not a streamer and you don't have that incentive to like just keep going. But you can do it. You can also like look at the end of the battle pass at the start of the season, like basically look through the battle pass, see what you really want, and I would advise you when it comes to Overwatch, only play until that certain thing. And whatever other events don't really matter, like if you get an event somewhere down the line, like let's say for the excavation initiative, like you really want to get those 3 loot boxes, fine. If you want to do the summer games and stuff and you want to play arcade, fine. But make sure at the start of every season, if you're an Overwatch player that doesn't want to spend as much time on this game as they have to, then make sure that every battle pass, every single season, you're looking at the rewards ahead of time, and that way you can gauge like, okay, this is how many games I'm going to play this season for battle pass requirement, and then from there I just get to play the game however I want. I don't need the XP, I don't need the rewards or anything. I know I've already reached all the rewards, and maybe you go take a break and like play another game. That would be my best advice. Overwatch is not a good game to play constantly. It just isn't. It's very draining. All right, that's it. That's how you reach level 200 in Overwatch. It is not a fun time. I would not call it a good thing to do. But if you want to do it, that is how you do it. Do multiple challenges at once. Do map votes based off of time usage, not off of what your favorite map is or what your map, like what map is going to favor your hero more. Um, Vote escort in quick play and vote hybrid in competitive. Don't vote escort in competitive. Um, the alternative to hybrid in competitive is control point. If you don't want to play that many games, focus on your 3 challenges for both weekly and daily. And if you don't want to abide by the rules of the challenges, then just play the game however you want to for however many games you can that week. And then start fresh the next week. I think that's all. Yeah. Thank you for watching. You have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Noche, everybody. No cravatta,